Morning YouTube. I've been watching quite a few videos lately on YouTube about money and about gathering money from YouTube users or asking for money or e-begging, and it's been phrased in different ways. And I've just been watching one just now from Together for Peace, Jack, where again he's asking for contributions, in this particular case to help him do the YouTube gathering in Liverpool this year at the end of May. And but there's been another number of others. Brett Keane asked for donations because of some kind of personal problem he had. Obviously TJ is trying to, TJ isn't e-begging, the Amazing Atheist isn't e-begging, but he's been trying to find ways to monetize his output, if I can call it that, through selling DVDs and books, merchandising. Pat Condell sells his DVDs, and his YouTube channel is at least partly a platform for that. Again, that merchandising. Thunderfoot, of course, recently asked for help to, the running costs of his channel. And other people as well. I think Q Dragon sells T-shirts off his site. There's a range of people who are trying to find ways to, if not turn YouTube into a business, at least find ways to recompense themselves for their efforts, which it's kind of fine, I guess. And recently, Modern Mystic, not talking about YouTube, Modern Mystic talked about a site called Flatter, which is a system for distributing micropayments and rewarding people for making content that people find interesting. Anyway, I just thought that's the context. I just thought I'd make a suggestion for an idea I've got, see what people think. In fact, I think I might be targeting this to very specific people. I think I'll probably address Jack. Together for Peace, if you see this one, Jack, I'm going to address this particularly to you, but also TJ and maybe one or two other people as well, because I think it's an idea which would work particularly well with you guys. And I'll just say what the idea is first, and I'll explain it out. And the idea is a subscription membership-only channel. Subscription membership-only channels, kind of gold membership. Really simple idea. Maybe it's been tried before, in which case people should tell me and critique it, because I'm trying to see the critiques on the inside. It's very simple. A person who's got a channel up and running, like Together for Peace or TJ or whoever else, sets up a separate channel, announces the fact they're going to set up this separate channel on their main channel, and asks if people want to subscribe to their second channel. Not anybody can subscribe. Well, actually anybody can subscribe, but only a certain number of people can be friends. And I think that number should be 200. It's about the size of a medieval village. So 200 people can be friends of this second channel. But to be a friend, you have to pay a subscription. Let's say $10 a month or $5 a month, something like that. So if it's 200 people paying $10 a month, that's $2,000 a month coming in potentially. And that subscription gives you a number of benefits. Firstly, all videos on that channel are private, at least in the first instance. Maybe they could be released after a period of time, but in the first instance all videos posted to that channel are private and are only shared with friends. Obviously only friends can comment or leave responses, that goes without saying, and can participate in the kind of conversations that will go on that channel. That's basically it, really. Let me just flesh out some of the reasons why I think that might be an interesting idea for some people, and why I think some particular kinds of channels would benefit from that. And I think there's three kinds of channels which would benefit. Firstly, Jack's channel, Together for Peace. I think that kind of channel would benefit from that system, because I don't know your channel terribly well, Jack, but it's largely a faith community you work within, and an evangelical kind of approach to people who are outside of that community, and that kind of community would work well with as a walled garden. So I think having someone set that up, initiate conversations within it, act as a kind of focal point for the organisation of those micro communities, almost like a pastor, really, I guess. I think would work quite well, and would provide, as I say, a safe place for certain kinds of conversations to take place, which would not fare well in the hurly-burly of YouTube at large. So that's the first kind of channel, I think, which especially use of that channel. The second is wildly popular channels, and here I'm thinking about TJ, the Amazing Atheist. Amazing Atheist has got 2 channels. He's got his TJ Does Life. But to be honest, TJ Does Life, I don't know, it's got up to 10-12,000 subscribers right now. It's effectively doing the same kind of thing that the Amazing Atheist channel does. It does it in a slightly different way, you know, the videos are slightly differently styled and so on. But the relationship between himself and his viewers is essentially the same. You know, you still can't get into decent conversations with 12,000 people. You still can't respond to videos when you've got 12,000 people. You can't even monitor video responses or accept video responses because it's too uncontrollable. Whereas limiting that to, as I say, 200 people would allow that. Because the thing about wildly popular channels, even as Piro314 put it, low wattage celebrity like TJ, the thing about those wildly popular channels is the most valuable aspect of those channels, the most valuable commodity that those people are selling is access to themselves. It's not the content they're making, it's not their the value of their words, which isn't to say that any of those things aren't interesting. But the most valuable thing is the fact that access to individuals is very limited. It's the same with every celebrity. And people will pay just for access. So to get into to set up a small channel for someone like TJ with just 200 people, people would pay that just to get access, just to be involved in a communication, a conversation with TJ. And with other people as well, possibly Brett Keane as well, just why I mention him. And there may be others. And of course the benefit there is that TJ could genuinely get into that kind of a conversation without feeling he's towing around 12,000 people everywhere he goes, you know what I mean? He could actually be on first name terms with 200 people, that's quite easy. And that would be quite a profitable and interesting alternative rather than just cloning your channel structure under a different name. So that's the second type. As I say, a walled garden community and limited access to celebrity. The third is channels with a great deal of loyalty. And here the one I'm thinking of is Mel's basket case. If you watch this video, Mel, please don't take this as any kind of advice unless you really want to. But some channels do attract very loyal viewers, and I regard myself as a loyal viewer, for example, of Mel's basket case. And in those cases, I think people would act upon that loyalty by paying small subscription fees of $5 or $10 a month. And even if it didn't get to 200, even if it was only 100 people, that's still, you know, $500 or $1,000 a month, which ain't bad, is it? And the advantage for, as I say, small loyalty channels is that apart from the ones I've already mentioned, which apply to the others, is that it sets a different kind of value. You know, people who've got relatively small subscriber numbers, like Mel or other people, the value, the measurements of your worth seems to be always to do with number of views, number of subscribers. And it's always aspirational towards more subscribers and more views, rather than the quality of the interaction or the quality of the loyalty. And I think that kind of alternative measure would be better, really. Excuse me. So yeah, that's that really. Yeah, so I think those people should do it. Jack, I think you should do it. In fact, Jack, Together for Peace, if you was to set that, just because I want to see how this stuff works, you see, I'm fascinated by this kind of thing. Jack, Together for Peace, if you were to set up a channel like that, I would join it. Mel, if you were to set one up, I would join that. And TJ, if you were to set one up, I would join that. I'd be perfectly happy to put out $30 a month to you three, just to watch the process from the inside. And if it makes people feel any better about their requests for cash, tell them I put you up to it, you know what I mean? Because I want to see this, see what happens really. And there might be other people as well. That's it. Thank you very much.